Hello and welcome to the class. Today's topic is complex numbers. So we learned about how we can find the roots of a quadratic equations. But when we get the non-real number, like whenever there is root under -1, then we call it a I, which is known as iota. So today we'll discuss about the iota, like how we can find the values of a complex number, what is complex number, how we can addition and perform subtraction of a complex number. So if you see this one, like if x square minus 4 is equals to 0, so we can find out the solution. Like this: x square is equals to 4 and x is equals to plus minus 2. But similarly, if there is a plus sign instead of minus sign, then we can find out the solution is like x is equals to plus minus root under minus 4. Now minus 4 we can write 4 into minus 1, and now this minus 4 we can write square root of 4 is 2, and this is what iota. So iota is root under -1. So this is what one form of a complex number. So basically the complex number we denoted by a plus ib, where a is known as the real part of z, b is known as imaginary part of z, and this is what iota. So now moving to the, like if two complex number are equal, like if z1 is equals to z2, consider z1 is a plus ib and z2 is like c plus id. So we can write a plus ib is equals to c plus id. Now a is equals to c. We'll equate the real part with real and imaginary part with imaginary. So this is like how we can equate the two complex number. If we have to perform addition like z1 plus z2, what we can do, we can write a plus ib plus c plus id, and now we can segregate the real terms like a plus c together and then b plus t on other. Similarly, if I perform subtraction also, I can write the same thing like a minus c plus I b minus t. Okay, for multiplication it is like the simple multiplication, like what we do actually opening the bracket and multiplying each term. So we'll multiply and check what the value will come. Okay, so if this is the complex number like z1 into z2, so we can write here a plus ib and then c plus id. Now for multiplication we have to open the bracket, so we'll write a into c plus id plus ib, then this will multiply with this, so I can write here c plus id. So ac plus iad plus ibc plus I square bt. Now value of I square. So iota is root under -1. When I square both sides, then I will get I square is equals to -1. I cube, if I write, then I can write like this: I cube is equals to I square into I, which is -1 into I, so minus I. If there is I4, so we can write here I square into I square, which is -1 into -1 is equals to 1. So if someone gave me 19, how we can write here I raised to power 4 raised to power 4 into I cube, so this value will be 1. So that means I cube, and we know I cube is minus I. So this is like how we can find the value of iota or solve the question. Now this is like a plus c, so we can segregate. We'll write here a plus c. I, we can take common for these two terms, so we can write like this: I square is -1, so minus bd. Now these two are real term, so we can write here ac minus bd. This is real term plus real part of complex number, and this is what imaginary part of a complex number. So this is like how we multiply the two complex number. Now we perform the division also. So if division is like z1 upon z2, and if there are two complex numbers z1 upon z2, I can write a plus ib upon c plus id. Now what we have to do, we have to rationalize the number like c minus id and c minus id, and then I can write a plus ib. We can open the bracket like with what we did in the multiplication part, and this is like a plus b into a minus b is a square, that means c square minus id whole square. So I square, again we know I square is equals to -1, so we can write here a plus ib. I am not opening the bracket for the division part, you can open it by multiplying and then you can write it. So like this, how we can do multiplication or the division or the addition of a two complex number, or how we can say the two complex number are equal. Now moving to the modulus. What is modulus of a complex number? So if suppose if I have to represent the complex number on the Argand plane, this is y-axis is basically imaginary, and this is what x-axis, this is imaginary or y-axis. If a complex number is z a plus ib, that means this is suppose one point which is a comma b. B is like imaginary axis. Okay, so modulus is the distance from the origin of a complex number. Okay, so this is O, this is 0 comma 0, we know this is what 0 comma 0, so we know how to find the distance, right? Distance, if I have to find distance, the formula is distance is y2 minus y1 whole square plus x2 minus x1 whole square. So like this we can find the, so in this case we can write here a minus 0, sorry, b minus 0, and this is what a minus 0 whole square, which is a square plus b square. So this is distance, and this is nothing but the modulus. Modulus is represented by mod of z is equals to root under a square plus b square. So this is like how we can find the modulus. Now conjugate is another term which we use in the complex number. So conjugate is nothing but the z bar, which is a minus iota b. So if a complex number is z, which is equals to a plus ib, we can write conjugate is a minus b. If suppose a complex number is 2 plus 3i, then what is conjugate of this one? 2 minus 3i. So this is like how we can find the conjugate and the modulus of a complex number. Okay, now moving to the next one, like if you, what happen when a complex number is multiplied with the conjugate, like z into z bar. Suppose that z is a complex number a plus ib. So what I can write here, a plus ib into a minus ib. Now a plus b into a minus b, we can write here a square minus b square, so a square minus of b square. So we can write here a square, iota square is minus, so minus minus plus, so this, and this is nothing but the square of modulus. So when we multiply conjugate a complex number with its conjugate, then we get the square of the modulus. So this is like how we can find the relation between the modulus, conjugate and the complex number. Okay, so multiplicative inverse. What is multiplicative inverse in case of complex number, which is denoted by z inverse, which we can write 1 upon z. So if I have a complex number, suppose z is equals to a plus ib, so multiplicative inverse we have to find out, like whenever there is iota in denominator, we have to find out minus, we have to find, like we have to rationalize it first. So a minus iota b and a plus b, a minus b, we can write a square minus ib ka whole square. So we can write a minus ib upon a square plus b square. Now what we can write here, a upon a square plus b square minus iota b upon a square plus b square. So this is like how we can find the complex number, or we can write like this, this is what complex conjugate. So we can write here z upon mod of z square. So z inverse is equals to, we can also write bar of z or the conjugate of a z upon modulus of a z. So this is how we can find out the relation between multiplicative inverse, complex number and modulus of a complex number. Okay, so now how we can find, now moving to the next one, like question is like find the multiplicative inverse of 4 minus 3. This is multiplicative inverse of 4 minus 3i. Find z inverse, or we can say multiplicative inverse. So z bar is equals to, what we can write, we can do directly also in the previous slide. If you go ahead and see the previous slide, z inverse is equals to z bar upon mod of z. So z bar upon mod of z. If you want, you can perform directly. So mod, so that means we can add 4 plus 3i. We have to replace the sign of iota, and this is what root under 4 square plus 3 square modulus and then square of modulus. So answer is equals to 4 plus 3i, 16 plus 9 is 25, So we can write 4 plus 3i upon 25. We can write it like in this way. So this is iota. So this is like how we can find the multiplicative inverse of any complex number. Okay, now polar representation. We'll move ahead and do polar representation of a complex number. So polar representation of a complex number, how we can, so polar is like polar representation of a complex number. Okay, so if suppose a complex number on the Argand plane is z, which is a comma b, this is imaginary axis and this is what real axis x. So this, so distance is denoted by r in the polar, which is equals to mod z. So we can write r is equals to mod z. Okay, r and theta are known as the polar coordinates. So this theta is this polar. So r comma theta are known as polar coordinate. Of complex number. Okay, now how we can find the r and theta. So suppose what we can do, this is what r. Okay, now consider this is what a and b, or like this is r, this is given, r is given. So this distance is, I'm considering x, and this is y. This is again, we can say this is right angle triangle, right? So how we can find x? What is relation between the adjacent, this is angle, so this is adjacent, and this is what hypotenuse. Relation between the adjacent and hypotenuse is cos theta. Cos theta is equals to x upon r, or we can write x is equals to r cos theta. Similarly, sin theta is the relation between opposite and hypotenuse, so y is equals to r sin theta. So this is like how we calculated x and y coordinate. Like if I write here, this is x and this is y. So z is equals to, we write x plus iy, where x is r cos theta and y is r sin theta. If I take common r, then we can write here cos theta plus I sin theta. This is how we represent the complex number in a polar representation way. Okay, so how we can find r? So r is again the modulus, which is we know x square plus y square. If we're squaring and adding both, then you'll get the r. Now moving to the, so how we can find x is equals to r cos theta, y is equals to r sin theta. Squaring and adding, we can write here r cos square theta plus r sin square theta is equals to x square plus y square. So r square is common, we can write here cos square theta plus sin square theta is equals to x square plus y square, or we can write x square plus y square is equals to r square. Why? Because sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. So r is equals to, basically we calculated x square plus y square, which is nothing but the modulus of a complex number. Now we'll go ahead and find out the theta. So how we can find the theta? Divide this by this, like y upon x is equals to r sin theta upon r cos theta. So y upon x is equals to, sin upon cos is tan theta, so theta is equals to tan inverse of y upon x. So this is the theta value, which is known as the argument. So theta is known as the argument. Okay, so principal argument of a complex number is defined between minus pi to plus pi. This is known as principal, this is known as principal argument. Okay, so principal argument is in between minus pi to plus pi, and theta is known as the argument. So this was all about the argument and how we can find out the modulus of a complex number. Okay, now we'll go ahead and find out some question, like represent this, any question, like we'll take one example and how we can represent in the polar form. So suppose I'm going to take one example, and this example is like z is equals to if 1 plus I root 3, and we have to represent in polar form. Okay, so polar form, we already discussed about the polar form. So this was the polar form. where these are the coordinate r and theta are the coordinate modulus and the argument of a complex number. So we have to find out the modulus and the argument. So modulus and the argument. So r we know, root under, directly we can write like this, and 1 plus 3 which is equals to root under 4 is equals to 2. So we have r. Now we have to find out the theta. The theta is nothing but the tan inverse y upon x, and tan inverse, this is what y, this is y and this is x, so y is root 3 upon 1. Tan inverse of root 3 is what, 60 degree, which is what, pi upon 3. So we have this. Now pi upon 3 is lying between this two, lies between pi, right? So this is known as the principal argument also. So therefore we have r and theta. How we can represent r? Z is equals to r cos theta plus I sin theta, like this. R is 2 cos pi upon 3 plus I sin pi upon 3. So this is like how we can find a question or anything in the polar coordinate. If the Cartesian coordinate is given, then we can calculate the polar coordinate based on the Cartesian coordinate. Okay, now next question, what we are going to do, find real theta such that, so question is find the real theta such that 3 plus 2i sin theta upon 1 minus 2i sin theta is purely real. So purely real means there is no imaginary part. If there is an imaginary part, then that will be 0. So how we can say, like suppose if a complex number is z is equals to a plus ib, and if this is a complex number, how when we say it is what, purely real, that means this b part is equals to 0, right? If we substitute, then we can write over z is equals to a, that means it is what, purely real. If they say purely imaginary, then purely imaginary is what, z is equals to, if a plus ib, if real part is equals to 0, then we can say it is what, purely imaginary. So this is like, what does it mean by the purely real or purely imaginary? Okay, now moving to the question. So now this is what purely, first of all there is iota in the denominator. What we can go ahead and do, first of all rationalize the this number. So 3 plus 2i sin theta upon 1 minus 2i sin theta. Now I will rationalize it by multiplying by the positive sign. So this is what, I2 sin theta. So this is how we can write 3 plus 2i sin theta, and this is 1 plus 2i sin theta, and this is in denominator. If you see, there is a minus b into a plus b, which is 1 square minus 2i sin theta whole square. Okay, now 3 into 1 is 3. I am just multiplying, opening the bracket. 3 into 2 is 6, so I can write here 6i sin theta plus 2i sin theta. I am multiplying 2i sin theta into 1. 2 into 2 is 4 I square sin square theta upon 1 plus I square is minus 1 is plus, so 1 plus 4 sin square theta. So I can write here, this is what I square is. Again we can say I square minus 1. So this is, I am rearranging the term, 3 minus 4 sin square theta upon 1 plus 4 sin square theta plus iota. I am just taking the common, so 6i sin theta plus this, so I can write here 8. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 sin theta upon, this is what, 1 plus 4 sin square theta. So this is the things. Now this is what, purely real, that means the imaginary part should be 0. So that means this part, 6i plus sin theta plus 2, that means 8i sin theta upon 1 plus 4 sin square theta will be 0, right? So I am just 8 sin theta upon 1 plus 4 sin square theta will be 0. So 8 sin theta upon 1 plus 4 sin square theta is equals to 0. If it is 0, that means if I cross multiply, so I can write here sin theta is equals to 0. 8 sin theta is equals to 0. Sin theta is 0 at 0 degree, right, or at pi degree. So I need to check, like in this, if it is purely real, then that means theta should be 0, right? So answer is theta is equals to 0. Okay, So this is like how we can find this one. Now next question I'm going to take. Next question is like, if suppose I have one question. If suppose 1 plus I upon 1 minus I raised to power n is equals to 1, then find the least positive value of n. How we can find out least positive value of n? So first of all, whenever there is an iota in denominator, we have to rationalize it, right? So we are going to rationalize it like this. So can we write like this, 1 plus iota whole square, and this is what a square minus of b square, and there is raised to power n. A plus b whole square, we know a square plus 2ab plus iota square upon 1 plus 1, because I square is minus 1, minus and minus become plus. Okay, 1 square is 1 plus 2 iota minus 1 upon 2 raised to power n. Now can we cancel these two? So we can write 2 iota upon 2 raised to power n. 2 and 2 got cancelled, I raised to power n. Now what is the least value of n? On I raised to power 4 we know is equals to 1. So that means n is equals to 4, which is the least value. So thank you for watching. In the next session we'll cover more question on the complex number, and stay tuned. We are going to create the questions on the integration part and the differential equation and all the things. Thank you very much. Have a great day.